Hey, what's up, guys? Got another movie review for you. This one's called Antlers. So, to my understanding, this was kind of like highly anticipated because it was kept being pushed back for whatever reason. Production issues, COVID, and the cool part is the producer, or the executive producer, was Guillermo del Toro. You know, the guy who did Hellboy, Kronos, bunch of other movies. Pan's Labyrinth, that guy. So he produced this. Definitely has his touch to it. The director is Scott Cooper, and yeah, the story. So basically, it's about the Wendigo. Wendigo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but uh, the Wendigo is a kind of like an ancient Native American myth. So a shapeshifter. So think of like a werewolf, right? Except it possesses people in this case. And I believe in Native American myths, it was there's a Native American that tells a story of some hunter getting lost, turning to cannibalism, and just kind of like dying like a real mean spirited death. And his spirit just kind of like walked the forest, taking over people's souls. So every culture has their own myth, and this stands out. There's been a lot of movies that dealt with this kind of myth. But I think this one does it pretty good, and it's up there. I like this. I really enjoyed this movie. So it stars Kerry Russell. Kerry Russell, Dark Skies, FX is the Americans, and basically her and her shared brother kind of like start to investigate this little boy. And the movie opens with this boy's father, who, to my guess, runs like a meth lab in some industrial zone. And it's big. This plant's big. It looks like it's underground, or maybe just like long warehousey type. And there's a bunch of like totems, so like sandbags, wrapped up with like leather straps tied. And this guy's like, "Oh, what's this about?" So, uh, they start to hear like noises, and this big antler creature just comes at them. You know, so then we flash forward, and this kid is pretty much kind of like taking care of himself. Um, it's so bizarre because his dad and his little brother are in this room, and the dad's clearly sick. It looks like so is the brother. The brother's like gradually getting sicker and sicker, and it just turns out that they have like some strange sickness, but really it's this Wendigo. I should have looked up the pronunciation. This Native American spirit that's possessing them, and it gets worse. So this kid, who lives by himself, pretty much is taking care of himself, and still going to school, by the way. But you can just see the kid's like real haggard. He looks malnourished, and yeah, not a good look. So he like catches animals or whatever, or roadkill, and he chops it up and feeds it to his dad to keep him like at bay. Well, one day the teacher, who's played by Kerry Russell, decides to question about it to the principal. The principal says, "Oh yeah, dad's got a history of drugs, yada yada yada," and so does the teacher's brother, who's a sheriff, says the same deal. Oh yeah, it's a family of issues. So the principal goes to investigate, and pretty much lets the cat out of the bag, meaning she goes there while the kid's not home. Goes into the room where the dad and the brother are locked up, and it's like all hell breaks loose. The dad attacks the principal pretty much, and just like devours, kills her. Pretty gory scene. The amount of gore in this, while not much, is done right. And the creature, like I said, this is another movie that has a creature in it. So yeah, it plays out a great horror thriller, dark drama, if you will, but there's a monster in it. It's just this mutated deer-looking creature. And in most movies that have this Native American myth, it's always been portrayed like that. So the director did his research, and so when they realize what's going on, like the teacher, questions the student, like, listen, we have to get him back, or else a lot more people are gonna die. So they kind of like devise this plot, but it doesn't take long for the creature to find them, And I don't know. Like I said, I thought it was pretty good. I don't want to spoil it completely because I kind of want you guys to see it. But yeah, the movie definitely delivers. I mean, it's not like, scary like Insidious or The Conjuring scary, but it has a lot of moments like that, and just, seeing this kid doing his best to, take care of what's left of his family, even though it's not really them anymore. They're slowly being possessed and drained by this, evil Native American spirit. And, for us, it would be like having a family member that's demonically possessed, but not knowing that, and just trying to care for them in the littlest ways you would know, even though it's not enough. You would need like a priest at some point. Um, but yeah, I thought this was great. Definitely had its moments. I thought the build-up was awesome. Like I didn't like want to turn away. I just kind of wanted to say, okay, what's gonna happen now? It was kind of like that. Even the scenes with dialogue were just because the relationship between the brother and sister, they both came from a really rough background. Like the sister's like having flashbacks of being abused, and the brother's like saying like, you weren't the only one. So the way they play off each other, I think, is brilliant. Um, Obviously the little kid trying his best to, maintain his, possessed dad, and his little brother's fading. So it's just, it's crazy. And, when the climax happens, it's like, wow, what's going on here, And did it disappoint? I really enjoyed it. Like I said, this tale has been touched on through a lot of movies before, but I think this one kind of got it right, and I enjoyed it. I guess in a sense it was worth the wait because, like I said, like the Matrix 4, this one was slated to be released a while ago, but it kept getting pushed back, delayed. And I'm just glad it's out. Do yourself a favor. If you got nothing to do, if you feel like renting a movie or streaming a movie, and you don't know which one to pick, watch Antlers. If you enjoy a good horror film, uh, seriously, it's good. It's one of the better ones out there right now, anyway. Uh, Tomorrow, something could change my mind, but right now, uh, Antlers is definitely worth a view, I think. All right. Well, that's all I got to say. Definitely recommend this one. Antlers, like I said, was just released. I'm sure you can stream it anywhere. So, do yourself a favor. Check it out. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.